Hey guys, welcome to the Blockt podcast. Once again, it's your boy Vic, and today we have your girl Adaze. Adaze.
Same thing.
Yeah, same shit.
Same thing.
But yeah, we got Adaze in the house today. And today we're going to be talking about reciprocation. So what that means, I know y'all all know what it means, but like for those that don't know, reciprocation is just basically like people giving you back the same energy you give. Like if you're in a relationship, a friendship, and like you giving out, pouring out to people, like you expect them to like pour out to you too. But a lot of times it's not usually like that way. And if you're in a friendship or a relationship, or even sometimes even in your family, you may have people that you feel like they're just taking from you, and they're not like really reciprocating that energy. So today we're gonna go a little deep dive into that and just talk about that. So
Okay, I'm gonna ask you first.
okay.
What does reciprocation mean and look like to you? All right, he wasn't ready.
All right, she's okay. For me, reciprocation is just basically like me personally, when I do shit for people, I actually don't expect anything from you. Like I don't expect anything. I don't need anything from you. But like, just common sense. If for example, reciprocation for me, it means that like, if I'm like doing some shit for you, if I need you, like you should be there too for me. You know what I mean? Like I need you to like give that same energy that I'm giving you. Like whenever you hit me up, I'm there. You know what I mean? Whenever you need something, I'm there. If I need something, I expect you to be there for me too. You know what I mean? That's just reciprocating. Or even like in a relationship, like for example, like a lot of people are like, oh, one partner has to provide, or one partner has to do this, and then it's like sometimes you also as a partner, whether a girl or a guy, you have to like reciprocate that energy for them. If not, the relationship is not gonna really be balanced and shit.
Yeah. So I think for me, reciprocation not only goes to, it doesn't only apply to what I do for you, but it also applies to what I don't do. So if I don't be stealing, I don't cheat, I don't talk about you, I don't want you doing that to me either. So like for me, I think that reciprocation just also is a big word to say, to treat others how you want them to treat you. And also just kind of like you said, like giving back the same energy. Like I don't really think reciprocation can be represented like in a gesture or a dollar amount. So like if you buy me food one day and I buy you back food one day, it's the gesture. It's not necessarily like,
it's not necessarily I bought you
money.
$50 worth of thing, and like you gotta get me $50 worth. No. It's just it's just like.
But I think when people talk about reciprocation, they only focus on like what we do for each other. You also don't pay attention. A lot of people don't pay attention to like, I expect respect to be reciprocated as well. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I feel like especially in relationships and friendships, I be getting my feelings hurt so badly because it's like it was a lack of reciprocation when it came to like they did stuff to me I would never do to you. So like when you kind of open that door for me, it's like it's over. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I don't want anybody like, how you treating me like that, and you know you want like that if I did that to you. It's not fair. But yeah, reciprocation is a big one because it goes like a long way. Yeah.
Also, I feel like not even. Also, like if you were doing something like, let's say you're starting out a business, for example, like me, for example, when my friends are doing shit, like I'm always supporting them. Like I would buy this shit. If I don't even care what it is that you're doing. Like if you're doing some shit, I just love to support my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and it don't matter. And then it's like, but good thing I have good friends. So when I do things too, they also support me type shit. Like, you know what I mean?
It goes both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways. But like a lot of times it's not usually like that. So for a lot of people, they find themselves like always like supporting their friends and stuff like that. Like they will even start a business and their friends wouldn't even like reshare it. That was the weirdest shit to me. But like, and I feel like I feel like all those kind of friends, literally, you just kind of have to let them go, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's really important to go where your energy is reciprocated, where you feel loved and where you feel appreciated, because it can get draining, especially if you're a loving, you're a giving person by nature. People are going to take advantage of that. And you just kind of want to, you just don't want to put yourself in that situation, that predicament. I definitely been in a predicament where it's like, I think I told you last episode, I'm a big gift giver. I love to give gifts and stuff, and I don't necessarily I give with like my heart, so I don't give to get back. I just give it because I want you to have it. But then it's like I've been in a lot of situations, birthdays come around, Christmas come around, nothing, and it's like you could have literally brought me ice cream. I would have been appreciative of that, but people don't think like
about that.
They don't think about that. So it's just like now I'm at a point where like I really want to go someplace where like not only is the energy I want to be around people where my energy is reciprocated and principles as well. It's important to, even like when you're dating, if you guys don't share mutual ideals or principles,
it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, and somebody's gonna end up being hurt and or getting offended. Because I know like I've been around people that I've done nice stuff for time and time again, and when they don't do for me, I'm like, bro, do you not like me? Are we not friends? Like, and it's just like a bad situation. So yeah, I think that reciprocation goes a long way too. Have you ever experienced reciprocation issues with like family?
Me, family. No. No, I would say no, because first of all, like, I feel like my family, people are kind of like, everyone is kind of doing their own shit. Like my brother, for example, like if I support his shit, and he's always supporting me too. Like
That's
my
good.
mom like supports me like crazy, you know what I mean? I have my family, like they support me, you know.
That's
but
good.
I feel like maybe as far as like maybe like friends, yeah, obviously I've had friends that like,
yeah,
that situation always comes up. But like as far as family goes, I'm just like blessed and lucky to like not. Have you ever had that?
I feel like I had like my immediate family is the one that instilled the ideals of reciprocation in me, but family who are like farther away have showed me that they were not raised on the same principles. So it gets a little like clashing, and I think it hurts a little bit more too when it's family, because it's just like family will ask for so much favors, so much money, so much favors, so much of your time, and then it's like even the littlest of things is not mutual. Like they won't call you for your birthday, they won't give back to you. It's weird. It's so weird. I feel like you can't argue. I feel like in a way reciprocation is not even an argument of like whether a person is good or bad or fair or not. I think it's just mindfulness. Some people are not mindful that reciprocation could be like a good thing for both parties. I personally like relationships where like I give, you give, I give, you give. I feel like the energy there is just so genuine, and it's just like it's so free, like, and it's also good to know that you could be around somebody and when you don't got it, they got you, or vice versa. I just like having that around me. I don't know, it makes me feel good.
Okay, there's something I heard, right? I heard this thing, and I strongly believe it, and I strongly like I think it's true too. I think if it says like if you're not able to communicate your feelings, you don't get to be upset.
Oh shit. Wow. Why you always doing this to me? You always knocking me with some shit. No, I'm not gonna lie.
But I'm just saying, like, if you can't communicate your thing, I feel like you don't get to like be upset, because the person may not know. Like, see, the thing with people that things with people that do shit like that, good people type shit, or that give, they think everyone is like them. Like, you're a giver, you think everyone is a giver. People are not really givers, or people are not really like conscious of those kind of things, or they don't notice this kind of things. So it's like sometimes you have to like communicate those things to them for them to understand, or for them to know. If you don't communicate to them, they're not gonna know, and you will be upset that like, why didn't this person do this? And in your head, that's what you're thinking the whole time, and in their head, they don't even know about this shit.
So I think we have to give credit to the unintelligent, emotionally unintelligent people, or people who are not that emotionally intelligent, because sometimes you feel things you can't even put into words yet. So I'm never going to be the person to tell somebody you don't have the right to be mad. You have the right to be mad about whatever you want to.
Right.
However, how you express it is what matters, and sometimes how you don't express it is also what matters too. Like, I know there's a lot of situations I was in and I didn't talk up because I did not know how to. It takes me a long time to process things. So like, I will feel some way and I will be in shock. And then it takes me even longer to figure out why I feel that way, yet alone try to communicate that to a person. And I feel like somebody told me this week too. I cannot be mad that everybody is not like me. And I feel like that's really a struggle for people who are kind, because you want to look at the world like, this is good. And I just told my friend, I think I'm Captain Save a Hoe.
Captain what?
I think I'm Captain Save a Hoe. I be out here trying to save these niggas and save these bitches, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm the type of person, if you was to come to me like, yo, you know, I never really had a friend that I could do stuff with. I never really had a friend that support me, all that. I want to show you what that shit is like. So now I'm not to say like I'm living up to that image, but I just want to show you that like people like that do exist that will support you and shit. So a lot of times I have people that will come to me like, oh, I never had a friend that does this, or niggas will come to me like, I never had a girl that did this for me, so I want to be the one to do that for you, right, and make you feel special. And then it turns into a situation where it's like, shit, now I'm not getting anything back in return. But it's just like, there's people, how am I supposed to tell you that? How am I supposed to really tell you that?
Okay, the thing is, some people you gotta teach them.
See, like, I'm not your mom.
I know, but it's like, that's how, like, not everyone was, like you said,
raised
with the same like ideologies or like the same principles that you were raised. So like, that's one thing I think my like adult age, like right now, like my recent years, that's one thing that I've learned. Like, one thing I've learned is you can't really, everyone is different, right?
Yeah.
So everyone, you gotta understand that this person is this way, this person is this way. You can't really expect people to be like you, because not everyone is gonna be like you or treat you the way you treat them, or like, because they don't know. Some people don't know how. Some people have never really felt that. Some people have never really been through that, so they don't even know how to like do it. Some people, like, for example, I have a friend, my really good friend, right? She's very different, bro. She's nice, she's whatever, but she's different. I feel like she has like a social. When she was growing up, her parents secluded her from like everything.
Yeah.
They wanted her like to like be like kind of siblings to be like a certain way, like, you know. So they always like put them aside from like everything. So she never grew up around people. So she doesn't have a lot of like social clues. Now she's like figuring it out and like she's better at it.
Yeah.
But when she was growing up, she didn't have any social clues. So she would literally get into arguments with people over shit. She'll have a hard time keeping friends, because I think a lot of people, like, for example, there's some things that she would do or just say out of like nowhere that it's like, to people that have like a lot of like social clues are gonna be like, you know, like,
yeah, like that wasn't really appropriate.
Yeah, but to her, that shit is not like, that shit is normal. You know what I mean? So with her, I understood that was the way she was. So in the beginning of our friendship, she was like that, right? And she would be like that but in the beginning I was like, what the fuck? but then later on, I started understanding that, like, okay, she doesn't know, you know what I mean? That's why she kept losing friends. That's why she kept, because she didn't know. So if I couldn't expect her to do things a certain way because I know that she doesn't know. So what I did was I was trying to teach her throughout the relationship. So I'm trying to teach her that, like, okay, this is how you do this is how you do this. And she's someone that's willing to learn. Some people, they want to learn. Some people don't even they just don't know. Yeah. And like, if you don't communicate or tell them or teach them, they're not going to know. But the problem comes when some people, they actually know, or some people, they actually know what the fuck to do. those kind of people are actually the problematic people, because those kind of people, like, you don't even need to teach them, because they already know what the fuck to do. They just don't want to do it. Yeah.
And I think honestly, like, that's a lot of women's issue. Like, in friendships, relationships, even with family, you really do believe that, you know, once somebody experience you, they can change. And it's whether it be because you believe like you're the baddest bitch out there, or just because you know like you could love somebody differently, you really will put your, as a female, like I have put my all into somebody thinking like, I know you're this way, but you know, like once I show you how good I am, not necessarily I'm gonna try to change you, but once I show you how good I am, you might have a change of heart for the better. And it does not work that way. And when it doesn't work that way, we end up, it hurts. And then it's like you're dealing with all of that because you're directly trying to like push an ideal or a lifestyle onto somebody that they don't even want for themselves. So even like in friendships and like relationships, that's why I told you I am truly Captain Save-A-Hole. I be out here trying to show you something different just because I want you to like experience it. I want you to have it. And it's like, that should be blowing back up in my face. I don't know. But I think that definitely you get the right to be mad about something, even if you don't say anything. I think the problem is, though, is some people don't know how to turn it off. So, like, if I'm always nice to you, if I'm always doing something for you, I don't really know how to turn that off without feeling like I'm trying to spite you now or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know how to, like, ease up or fall back. Like, I'm really black or white. It's either I'm on you or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's either I do for you or I don't.
I feel like you gotta, I feel you. I feel like in that kind of situation, it's kind of hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And that's why, like, reciprocation is something I could do with my eyes closed. I'm probably still going to be reciprocating shit when I'm dead. To be honest with you, this shit is in my blood. It's just who I am. But it's like, that's why it sucks so much when I run or when I deal with people, friendships, family, relationships, who aren't big believers in that or who aren't aware of that yet. Because it's like, I ended up giving. And I give so much, I don't even give to myself at that point. It's a lot.
So, okay. No, you good. So there's another thing about this reciprocity thing.
Reciprocity, right? Yeah, such a weird word. Weird word.
So like, there's something like some people they say no one really reaches out to me when I need help, or like no one really does anything for me and I be doing for people. But with them, sometimes like when people reach out to you, you say no. So like. So you see what I'm saying? It's like you are the kind of person that like, oh, this, you know, but like when people actually try to reach out to you, you say no. So it's like, how do you expect people to like help out or reach out or reciprocate that energy if you're pushing them away, or if you're saying no to them all the time?
I think you have to know the people. So if it's like your friend, you have to know that your friend is a little hyper independent, and you have to know them to know when something's wrong. Because I've been in that situation before. Anybody asks me how I'm doing, even if I'm on the verge of losing it, if I got this much left in me, I'm gonna still be like, yeah, I'm okay. Because it's just how you get by. But somebody who really, really knows me, like I've had people that's like, yo, I hear it in your voice, you're not okay. Or like, they gotta push a little bit harder, and then I tell them. But I feel like those people, they deserve reciprocation as well too.
Yeah, but they do, but it's hard. Because it's like you said, people need to really know you. Not everyone know you on that level. You know what I mean? To know that like they gotta push harder, or not. Some people don't even know how to push harder.
Some people don't know how to push harder.
Yeah, some people don't even know how to push harder. So it's like you can't blame them for that, because they genuinely care about you. They genuinely want to help you out too. But if you say no, you're good, then they assume you're good, and it's like you're not really good.
So as a person who's been really depressed before and fucked up, I've felt like that about many people. Like I've been in a situation where I've been in multiple situations where shit was going on and I didn't tell anybody. And when they asked me, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But then later on it comes out, I'm like, yo, nobody checked up on me and I was going through da-da-da. And that's when, as a friend, I've had many friends that's like, I checked on you multiple times. Because you be so busy going through your shit, you don't even process that like somebody really did try to ask you like, you're good.
Okay.
Like,
so like my friend, I'm going through that situation right now with a friend. Right?
Okay.
I have this friend, this guy that we're cool. My old friend group, Nigerian guy too. We're cool. right? We all play basketball together, whatever. This guy, he's been going through some shit. Like he's been going through a lot, like some shit, like some really deep shit. Like he's really like depressed type shit, like thinking, going through a lot of shit. All right, and then I would always like me. I'm a good ass friend, bro. Like for real, like I'm a good friend. If there's one thing I am a good friend. I care about people genuinely, like for real. So I would always reach out to this guy, like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Like I know he blocked he just blocked everybody out. He just wanted to just be in his own space. He wasn't calling nobody. He wasn't receiving nobody's calls. He wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? But like I would always once in a while try to reach out to him, like, yo, how you doing, bro? How's everything? You know?
Yeah.
Like I'll try like in the beginning of this is phase, I would always try to reach out to him. Like he would even reply my text. But then I would get mad. I would be like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm trying to reach out to you. Like, I don't have to reach out to you, but I'm trying to reach out to you. But then I'll get mad or whatever. Then later on, I'll be like, okay, this is not about me. Later on, I'll reach out again to him like, yo, what's up? He wouldn't reply, you know? Then I would get mad again like, yo, nigga, what the fuck? I'm trying to reach out. You know what I mean? Like, this is my boy. Like,
that's your man's.
This is my man's. Like, he's going through some shit. And I'm trying to reach out, but he don't want anybody in. You know what I mean? He don't want anybody. He just want to be on his own shit. And I'm like, bro, I care about you, bro. I care about how you feel. I want to know how you're really doing on the inside. But then later on, eventually, we ended up having a conversation one time. I called him. He ended up picking my call one day. And then when we pick up my call, we would talk for like hours, maybe 2 hours straight. Like just, or 3 hours, something like that. Just like talk, chat, everything is cool. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yo, bro, okay. Just try to like get back to me. Like, let's keep talking. Like, you may be going through some shit, but like, we can just be talking and just like go through it together. You know what I mean? I may not be able to like get you out of whatever you're going through, but like, I can support you. I can be there for you. You know what I mean? And he'll be like, okay, yeah, but like, okay, yeah, great. Okay, tomorrow, let's talk. Call me tomorrow or whatever. He's like, okay, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Tomorrow he doesn't call me.
Yeah.
So you see that kind of shit? Like, and that's the same shit that everyone has been complaining about this guy. Like, all my friends are like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm not, like, I went into the phase, I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit, bro. I'm not about to be dealing with this shit. I don't need to call you or text you or all this shit. I don't need to do that. But I'm doing that because I care about you and I want to know that you're fine and shit. But like, if you don't want me to accept me as a like whatever I got offer or like listen to me, then we don't have to do this. You know what I mean?
I think when it comes to that situation, especially in friendships, a lot of people start to take it personal after a while. But like, if you're not an introverted person, especially if you've never been depressed, so like a depressed introverted person, sometimes it gets hard to even just fake it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Sometimes people go through shit and I knew when I was depressed and when I was fucked up, I guarantee you 9.5 out of times I was faking it. I would just have conversations for the sake of people so like, you know, they could feel better, or so like they just didn't suspect anything was wrong with me. But that wasn't really me. Like that 5% of the time when I was fucked up is who I really was. So a lot of times, like even last week, I cannot lie, I had like almost close to zero confidence to even get up out of bed and do what I had to do. Like it takes a lot sometimes when you're going through some shit to even get yourself through the day. So like, I think this whole past week, I was so disconnected from my phone. Like I had so much emails, I had so much calls, I had so much people reaching out to me, but I didn't even pay attention because it's like, I'm really trying to find confidence to even get up and go outside right now. So I think that in situations like that with a friend, you gotta have patience, bro. You gotta have patience, and you gotta keep in mind that this is a phase. It's one thing if somebody is always like that, if somebody's just naturally a person who is distant and doesn't answer their phone. But like, if this is a person you talk to all the time, this is your bro, this is your guy, and they do that, to me at least, maybe because I've been in that position before, I think people should be a little bit more compassionate and patient and be like, wait, this is not who I know. Like something might really be wrong. But it's been
going on for months though.
Yeah, sometimes people deal with shit differently. I've been in a stage where I was fucked up. I could not talk to anybody.
I just feel like Okay, so for people like that, I feel like you're low-key doing yourself a disservice because like the longer you take to go through your phase and you keep pushing people away, like the more people are gonna be getting away, like going further, like
Yeah.
you know, like you're not gonna have anybody again that's gonna be like reach out to you.
But listen, if you lose everybody trying to find yourself, then it was worth it. Your friend right now is trying to find herself. I feel like, and a lot of times I've been there where it's like, shit, I might be there right now. I cut off everybody. Like, you can go. Especially like when I'm going through something and I'm trying my best to find myself. If you're not patient enough, or if you're just not really, I'm not saying you're making shit worse, but like if it's stressing me out a lot and I'm already trying to find the confidence to get up and do what I gotta do to survive, you gotta go. And if I lose you when I'm really low, I don't want you around when I'm high. It's like, it's really hard, and I think we all have to be a little bit more compassionate, especially because we talk so much about mental health and stuff, but when it's right in front of people's faces, they ignore it. I feel like a lot of times people only care about mental health after the person already died or try to harm themselves. Now you want to act like you care, but sometimes it's shit right in front of you, and all you have to do is be a little bit more patient or a little bit more compassionate to understand and then see it through with that person. I have people that I was going through shit and I couldn't talk about it because, like I told you, I was just trying to process it. And also sometimes, like, people don't know how they feel, or sometimes you're trying to ignore it. And people were, like, getting upset at me for the same thing, too. Wouldn't answer my phone. Didn't want to come outside. Didn't want to talk. And I was just like, bro, like, you know this is not me. So if you know something is wrong, whether you could dissect the problem or not, and you try to make a problem out of my distance, you can go. Because the truth of the matter is, not all the time people are going to be okay. And a lot of times we see this after somebody loses somebody. So, like, I know a lot of people, they grieve like this. They stay alone. And you'll be wondering, like, oh my God, are you okay? I know you just lost your friend. They need time. They need space. And while that space is dangerous, I think the best thing you could do for anybody who is making it hard to be there for them, you just got to keep reassuring them, like, yo, I'm here for you. And whenever you're ready, I'm here. And I could tell you, as a person I've been depressed, damn near suicidal my whole life, those are the people that really mattered to me a lot. And those are the people that resonated with me the most, because it's like, they knew I was going through something, but they just used to be like, yo, I'm here. And a lot of times, too, when people say, like, yo, are you good? Sometimes that's like a fake checkup, you know? Like, sometimes people ask, like, are you good? And they don't really mean that. It's just for, like, conversational purposes. Like, here in New York, you'll be like, hey, you good? Yeah, all right. But then there's people who will sit down and be like, yo, what's going on? Like, are you really okay? How are you feeling? Those are the people that really want to hear it. So a lot of times, too, like, me, like, being depressed and shit, I knew a lot of people was asking me if I was good, just as a courtesy or as conversation. But if I told you, like, what was really going on,
you did.
You did, or you'd be like, damn, that's crazy. So a lot of times people hold in their problems, because what the fuck are you going to do about it? If I tell you my problems right now, are you going to make it better? It's comfort. And sometimes when I'm having my issues, I don't want comfort.
It may not make it better, but it may not make it better or solve the problem, but it definitely will make it better. Like,
it'll ease it a little bit.
It will ease it.
Yeah.
Like, you're releasing it. Also, you don't even know sometimes when you're going through shit, right? And then you put it out there, you tell people, then that person you're telling me not even have the solution.
Yeah.
But then they may run into somebody that has a solution, and they'll be like, oh, a Daisy is going through some shit like that. Oh, I got my girl that's doing shit. You can you help her? You know,
that's completely right.
So, like, even when you're going through shit and you feel like, oh man, this person can't help me, I don't even need to tell you my shit. Like, if they genuinely care about you, you know, definitely there's big people that you don't need to be talking about, whatever. But like, the people that genuinely care about you, even though they can't really solve your shit and they just care, they may not be able to directly solve it, but they may know. They may run into somebody that like
that
just
knows.
Knows, or like just have like finds a way to like help.
And I can't lie, like, the few times I have had like an issue and I shared it with somebody, something like that has happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a part of growing up, though, and it's also a trauma response. A lot of people grew up having to be silent about their problems and their issues. I was one of those kids. I was definitely very, very quiet about what I used to go through, just because I felt like nobody could care. And then as an adult, it turned into like, I'm gonna fix this shit myself. I remember one day somebody posted, like, I hate when people post like, I don't need anyone. You literally need other people to survive. And when I read that, I was like, you're right. Like, what would we do if we went to the bank and there was no bank teller? You can't go to the bank and process your stuff yourself. What would you do if you went to the supermarket and there was no groceries there? We need other people to survive. So I feel like the more we grow up and put that and like get that I'm gonna do this by myself mentality out, the easier it becomes to share, and you don't feel like the weight of the world is on you. Like I'm getting used to talking about my problems, even if it's to like the same 3 people. I'm getting used to just expressing it, especially because you'd be surprised how much lighter you feel after just saying stuff.
Just saying it.
Yeah, and trust me, I'm a mute. Like, I shut up. I do not talk about anything I'm going through. I'm a person, I like to, when something's going on, I just automatically start thinking about solutions. I try to figure out my best, how I can solve it myself. And sometimes my head don't even be in the right place. So you keep a lot of stuff to yourself as a trauma response, but you're not even really the person that's good enough to solve that problem right now. So there's times I've came to people with issues, and the solutions I was thinking about is so far-fetched from what they told me and what actually ended up working. Just because they don't have the pressure and the anxiety that I have around the situation. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, I do believe that telling the right person, let's put it like that, telling the right person what's going on can go a long way. And it could also help that, you can help that person help you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can help that person reciprocate the same thing to you. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And okay, another thing I want to talk about, this is kind of like the last thing that I gotta say, like, around this. So it's just basically like, so there's some, regardless of what happens, regardless of how good you are and stuff like that, there's still people that won't support you. There's still people that won't reciprocate that energy. And sometimes that leaves you feeling like, damn, am I not good enough?
Yeah.
Or like, am I not like, am I not like, why isn't this person reciprocating? And it makes you feel like, sometimes it starts making you feel like shit.
Yeah,
and like,
definitely.
My thing is just like, don't, like, just stop. Don't take it personal. That's not on you. That's on them. Like, however the person like reciprocates your energy or what you do to them or do for them, like, that's on them. Like, that's not on you. So don't put that on yourself. Like saying like, yo, like, this person isn't reciprocating, so like, oh, that's some fucked up shit, but like, that's some fucked up shit on them. That's not like, oh, maybe I'm not whatever enough. You know what I mean? It's not on you.
I think that's completely right. I think, me personally, when it comes to showing love, I show love to everybody. So even when you don't show love to me, and I know you don't show love to me, I'm still gonna see your shit and support it just because I fuck with it genuinely. Like, I'm not gonna hold back that energy because you're not giving me that. And I want to say everything is really a full circle. I have people that I've been showing love to for years. And whether they've noticed me or not, or whether they looked over it, like around last year, guess who under my pictures? Guess who liking my pictures now? Guess who's DMing me like, let's collab? Them same people I was showing love to, and they wasn't showing me love back then. But now it's like they on me. So it's like, I feel like if someone chooses not to support you, you're definitely right. Like, that's not on you, but I feel like take note of it. Take a mental note. And don't make it anything like spiteful, but just keep in mind, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're
not
to
real
support
people.
you. Yeah.
You're just there because now you're doing bad.
And you know, like I said, everything is a full circle. You'll be so surprised. The same friends who would not share your music or share your clothes or share your art is the same people. When Jay-Z and Beyonce and this one is wearing it, they talking about, that's my friend Brent. You wasn't supporting me when I had 2 followers. You didn't follow my Instagram page when I had 0 followers. But now that I'm at 15K, I'm at 200K, Beyonce wearing my shit. Now you, no. Support is definitely an energy, and it's a full circle. And like, I have people that supported me, strangers. I don't know what it is with strangers and support, but strangers will show you the most love in the world.
Facts.
The most love. I have strangers that follow me on Instagram for years, and like, they literally been rocking with me for so long. And it's just so fire because it's like, I have friends that I break bread with. Friends that call my phone about, this nigga cheating on me and and you don't support what I do. I post a picture, you won't even share it. You won't even like it. You won't even comment it. And I want to say that doesn't necessarily make you a hater, because as my friend, you're not a yes man. But let's be clear, it's it's a huge difference between being a yes man or being a dick rider and then supporting your friends. I don't think it's possible to dick ride your friends. We're friends. You supposed to amp me up. I got my hair done, bitch. You supposed to be under there like, yeah, you look good. That's my sis. You supposed to. But some people, they feel like, oh no, I'm not gonna be on your back. I don't want to look like a fan. It's no fans. It's love. When you showing love, you could never be a fan.
But okay, one thing, okay, that I completely agree with that, because that's totally true. Like, niggas, friends, a lot of times don't be showing love like that. They just be whatever. Then when they see that you're blowing up, then they hop on it. But I noticed something, and I feel like, okay, I'm the kind of friend, right, that even if you have like 20 followers, if you start a business thing, first of all, Instagram don't mean shit to me, so whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck about who follows, who doesn't follow. I follow people because if I love your shit, and I think like if we're cool, even people from high school, like people from high school that I don't even like, we're not friends, I just know you or whatever, and like we were following each other on Instagram. I'm not about to like start unfollowing you because like now I'm like whatever, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like that's weirdo energy. But whatever, that's not even what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is like there's sometimes some people are not really serious about their dreams or about their goals, right? So sometimes it takes you personally. Sometimes you don't even have to be upset. Sometimes it takes you to like get serious about that shit for people to even start hopping on that shit, bro.
Yeah.
So like when I started, like for example, I started my art, like my art. I'm an artist too. So I do a bunch of shit. I do art too. But like when I started my art shit, like people weren't really fucking with it like that. It's cool. Like me, I didn't take it personally. I'm like, it's cool, you know, whatever. Like, I don't care if you support fitness sport. It's cool. But as I started growing more and I started doing more shit, then people started hopping on more. Do those people? Does it mean that those people don't like me? No. It kind of means that like they see now that I'm actually taking this shit more seriously. Then they're like, oh, okay, he's actually serious about that shit. So now they can support you. So like sometimes friends start shit and they just think everyone is just gonna support them. No, just because someone doesn't support your shit right from the beginning doesn't mean they don't love you. Yeah. Sometimes they still love you. It's just they just don't even know if you're serious about that shit yet. You know what I mean? So if you show them more seriousness, then they will support you more. You know what I mean?
I feel like this might get me in trouble. I feel like that is more so an entrepreneur move. I could completely understand if I want a model and my friend is head of a modeling agency. Do I expect my friend to put me in her modeling agency because I say I want a model? No. But if my friend sees me taking it seriously and all of that, and then she's like, okay, you know what, come on, or I'm going to have you meet this and that. I feel like that's honestly a seat for somebody in power.
But the thing is, if she sees you being serious, she could be like, oh, I know, like, you may not be big enough to work at my agency, but I know somebody that you can work with and start from there. That shit.
Yeah, but it's because my friend will be in a place of power. If you're not in a place of power, who are you really to decide to support me on something, on whether I'm serious or not? Because people can have many occupations.
Because people can come up with different ideas all the time. Like, for example, you can be like, oh, I want to be an artist today. Tomorrow you're like, oh, I want to start a marketing business. Tomorrow, so it's like, what are we following? You know what I mean?
I'm that friend. If my friend says she want to strip today, I'm going with singles tonight to the club. If my friend says she want to be a rocket scientist, bitch, we're going to NASA. If my friend says she want to be a stylist, let's go and shop. I'm just that friend that like, and I'm not saying, again, I will hop on the bandwagon, because I would tell my friend like, girl, I can't front, you can't strip. But I'm also not the person to try to knock you down. Like, I have friends that, again, are talented and multiple areas, and it's no secret that like black people usually have a lot of things we're good at.
Right.
Not all of them you're gonna take seriously, but there's a lot of things you can excel in, right? I have a friend who was starting, for example, my little cousin right now. My little cousin, she's in school for criminal justice, but she also found like a hobby doing like decorating, like, you know, the balloons and stuff for parties, and she's really good at it. So she's starting that out too. She does hair. She sells hair. She has a lot of stuff. She does a bunch of stuff, but all of them she's equally talented in. And I feel like I'll support her in anything. But if she's ever out of her league, I would be a real big cousin and tell her like, you know, But I feel like I'm really just that person that
But
supports
you also gotta understand that like not everybody's you though.
Oh, and here we go.
See that's the thing.
I know. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting
that's the part. That's the part
me.
you gotta remember.
Yeah,
like that's the part you gotta remember. That's a very important thing because like I feel like you probably judging people based on your lens, the way you see it, the way you see life, and people don't see it that way. So if they can't see it that way, they're not gonna understand it that way.
And I feel like even when it comes to like just the topic of anything, respect, reciprocation, how I love everything, I feel like it's not hard to be the way I am and to see shit the way I see it. But I'm really like trying to my best to keep in mind and constantly understand like not everybody's gonna be me. And that's really that shit is gonna be my downfall. Thinking everybody got a heart and a mind like me. So even in the simplest of situations, I do try to keep in mind like, and I'm optimistic as fuck. I can actually see like where the other person's coming from all the time. I just also don't feel like I do this effortlessly. Like I'm not forcing myself to be like really loving or really giving. It's just who I am, and I feel like it's easy to be this way. Maybe because it's how I always operated. So when people don't operate like me, it's not that I'm judging you. It's just like I'm kind of like, you could change. Like, it's not hard to be this way, but I have to remember a lot of this shit has to do with upbringings,
I love
traumatic stuff. It's a lot. You're right. I think that to answer your question,
just imagine this thing, right? I'm gonna give you one thing. Imagine like you, like I can see clearly, right, and then another person can't really see. They need glasses to see.
Yeah.
That shit. And if they take off the glasses, everywhere looks blurry. That's how it is. A lot of people, sometimes, a lot of those things are so clear to you.
Yeah.
As blurry as fuck to them. And then they need to put in the glasses for them to like see it clearly. And sometimes they don't have glasses. Yeah. You need to like either give them the glasses by teaching them
or
how to
lead them to where glasses
yeah, exactly. So you gotta think about it like that. Like if the niggas is blurry, they're not gonna see like. I don't think
about it like that. God should have made a whole nation of them.
Bro, we wish that's how it was, but that's not.
Nation. To answer your question though, I don't think a friend, personally, I don't think a friend that waits to support you is fake. I don't think that's the case. I just personally feel like that's not how I go about supporting people, but I definitely do understand. And some people want you to take yourself more seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's not something to be taken offense to.
For sure. Like,
some people want to see you work for that shit. They want to see you work up to it and just kind of build yourself up. And now they feel like, again, personally,
like some people don't come and be like, oh, I'm starting this business today. Okay, you support them. Like tomorrow they're not doing anymore. Next tomorrow they're not doing. Next tomorrow, like it's like, well, we get it that we're trying. Sometimes we can't take your business or your thing more seriously than you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's also like a very big like West Indian African thing. Like that's a cultured people thing. You kind of want to see somebody like put their foot forward or be interested in it. Like Americans, I realize being around like a lot of born raised Americans, people say they do it here. They're like, okay. You know, but like to African parents or Caribbean parents, you gotta show them. You know how to do hair and you're very serious. That's kind of a us thing.
Yeah, are you serious?
It's kind of a us thing with that. I definitely feel that. Again, personally, I feel like that's for a person of power. I have friends that rap. I have friends that style. So like if I was to say like, yo, I want to rap or I want to style, I wouldn't expect them just to put me on because I said that. That's something I'm going to have to work for. Just for even like a good word put it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like personally, maybe just where I am in life, that's a position of power.
Okay, I'll ask you this question. Even though we're kind of running out of time, I'm gonna ask you this question. What if your friend started a business, right? And she's selling some things like maybe clothes and like her clothes are not really the low quality, they're not really all that, whatever, right? You're the supportive person. And then she wanna sell that shit overpriced. As fuck.
I'm gonna tell her.
You would tell her? No, but like you're gonna tell her, yeah, that's just overpriced. But are you gonna like be like, are you still gonna like buy the shit, or you just gonna be like, you know what, this is kind of overpriced, whatever?
I'll buy it, but I'm gonna tell you. That's
overpriced?
I'm gonna tell you like, yo, this is dirt. I do not like this.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I feel like that's part of being a friend too. If you have a friend that sells something and you don't like it, tell them. I would, but 9 out of 10 times the way that situation would go is I would probably buy it first, find out it's trash, and then I'm gonna tell you after, like, I'm not gonna front, this shit is trash. You gotta either lower your price or you gotta get better quality. I think that's a part of support too. That's genuine, and a part of support too is being honest. Because if you buying your friend overpriced clothes and they melting in the washing machine, you doing her a disservice.
And then she's probably thinking that like, oh,
it's good. Yeah, she's selling to other people. That you're doing her a disservice. So support isn't always in the form of praise. Support is also
like being honest.
Yes.
Honest.
Exactly. Full circle. We got it.
All right. Yo. Thank you guys.
For watching.
Thank you guys for watching again. I felt like we had a lot of really great things to talk about.
We always have good things to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like it's really good. Like we really dived into like different like things in this topic. So let us know what you think about reciprocity. If you've had friends or like scenarios where you felt like your friends weren't really reciprocating the energy you're giving them or the support you're giving them.
Or maybe a partner too. Part 2 we probably have to do more about relationships too.
Yeah.
I got stories.
About a partner?
I got next episode. I got stories about that one. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yo, alright guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
It's your boy Vic and your girl Adaze, and we out.
Bye.